Megavanan everybody, and welcome to the stream. My name is Talisian. There you are, and here I am. And today on Warhorse Wednesday, we are doing Lord of the Rings Online. Now, yes, I am back. I had been away for a few days. My partner has picked up a new job. Hey, Des Descardo, good seeing you, my friend. My partner picked up a new dog a little while ago. His name is Barkley. He's a wonderful little guy. But he got the big snip done. And so I needed to give her a hand with his care. And so I was busy doing that for a few days, taking care of him, taking him out for potty because he had the cone of shame on, so he couldn't feed himself and stuff like that. But things have gotten to a point now where it's I can go ahead and stream again. I mean, we're still taking care of him. He still has the cone on, but things are a lot better now. So I figured I'd come back and let's get back to streaming things. Now, for those of you who do not remember, I am currently on the Angmar server. I'm in Rohan, and we have recently reunited with Nona, who was one of my NPC companions who left us a little while ago because of things that were going on in Rohan. You see, Nona is one of the Dunlanders, and the Dunlanders and the Rohirrim don't really get along very well. They've kind of been at war off and on for many years. And so when I was seen walking around through Rohirric lands with a Rohirrim, an elf, and a Dunedain female warrior, I was kind of given a few stares. And unfortunately, she was not accepted very well, so she went off. Recently, we've reunited outside of a destroyed village in Rohan, and so we're going ahead and helping her out. Now, something else you may notice is that this screen here looks a little bit differently. Yes, they have actually, this is the new update, they've actually added UI scaling. I've already logged in once really briefly earlier today to make sure that at least the add-ons that I depend upon work and that everything is set up the way I like it. I increased a couple of things, decreased a couple of things and stuff. You'll see the UI looks basically the same as it did. I'm very happy with the new UI scaling, by the way. And looking over our calendar real quick, as you can see, the 18th anniversary gift is still available, and we are rapidly coming to the end of LI Reward Track Season 16, I do believe. Yes, we have 27 days left on the track. Let's go ahead and see where we're at right now. I think, I'm up to 61. There we go. Oh, good, I can claim to 60, which is an incomparable tracery token. I will definitely need that when we hit the next breakpoint. So I can pick up these runes and that tracery token, and that comes in very, very handy. And let's see. Oh, we also, unclaimed rewards on War Track, I took that. Also, they reset all my class trait trees, so I'll need to redo that really quick. So let me go ahead and I've caught that up, and I'm work on this right now. I am going to be a huntsman, of course, because I do mid-ranged mobile harassers who deal sustained damage while free to move. I find that is very, very important for the way I do things. So let me go ahead. I've got 61 points to spend. Let me go ahead and max out my 2 top traits. We'll go ahead and get press onward. We'll throw a couple of points into split shot just for the number of targets. Right now it's currently at 4. It's now up to max targets 4. Let's see, we'll do that, and then I want to go ahead and add a couple points into quick shot focus. We'll go ahead and max this out. Huntsman's Blades. Yes, definitely want to do the melee damage bonus since I do a lot of melee work. Definitely want the chase. No miss penalty for movement. Improved intent concentration. Yeah, we'll go and pick that up. Strength of Blood. Blood Arrow now heals. I definitely want that. 4 pots into close quarters. Melee damage and bleed removal bonus. Definitely want that. Go ahead and max that out. Strong Arm, increase anything for focus damage will increase its damage. I've got a number of skills that do that. I'm going to hold off on volley. I definitely do want exsanguinate maxed out, as well as blood arrow. Wounded prey. Merciful shot consumes the current tier of lingering wound on the target, dealing bonus damage. And rapid fire. Definitely want rapid fire. Okay. I also definitely want to go ahead and pick up set trap. That is a very important ability, set trap. But we'll go ahead now on here. Let's see. True shot. Is that bonus penetrating shot damage? 5 is just flat nax critical. Yeah, we definitely want the flat nac critical. And quick shot and long shot grant a stacking buff which reduces inductions. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and get this. This is going to take 10 points. It opens up the next row, which is focus skill builder damage. On every harmful skill, 50% chance of a gorilla hit +1. Yeah, let's max out deadly precision. And I don't really use swift bow all that much. I do have improved swift bow. Actually, I do use swift bow a lot, so this one, it definitely increases its damage. Plus, 25% chance for each swift bow to generate an additional focus. I can only put 2 points into it. Go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, so that's enough for right now, so we'll apply those. And then I'll have to remove a few things around on my bar. They changed a few of the abilities around in the last patch, so... And I see nothing to change here. I don't need... +1 wisdom, +1 confidence, +1 justice, virtues of high health. Let's see what I got here. +45 to will. +5 to light type damage. Bonus travel to Karas Galadrian. Sword bonus damage. And out of combat run speed. Okay, I guess I can hold on to those for now. And then none of these changed. They're all still good high. Okay, so there we go. So let's go ahead and take a minute or two to fix my bows, because exsanguinate usually goes over there. So let's options, quick slots, move those. Move that there, because I like to have it next to... There's blood arrow. I don't like exsanguinate there. Lingering wound. That's a focus builder. So you see, that's a focus spender. And I like to have all my builders on one side of my thing and my spenders on the other. So we'll go ahead and put that there. That is a melee skill, so that goes with the other melee skills. That's a builder. Okay, that's the buff. That's the spender. I want to make sure I got everything where I want, so I can move that over there, move that over there, move that over there, put exsanguinate right there. I think that's how we'll deal with a bar like this. If I need to make some changes as we go on, I can always do that. Because they changed a few abilities around and such. Okay. And last but not least, every day is a Hobbit's birthday, and because it is, we are the fortunate ones to get the presents. And today, because it's been so long, we get a gold and a silver. So let's see what we got first off in the silver. 50 virtue XP and some gold scrap, and 1 gold piece of copper scraps. And in the gold, 200 virtue XP and 5 universal ingredient packs. Now, those are very important. Universal ingredient packs allow you to craft things without the ingredients. So, for instance, if I wanted to make these Westmanette skirmish boots, I don't have the glazed Erlingus leathers yet. I can use 3 of those ingredient packs so I can make it if I really need it ahead of time before I get the Erlingus. So that's how important they are. And I currently have a bunch of those. Because back at the guild hall, I have a 2 premium chests. Hey, Billy, good seeing you, my friend. I have 2 crates that between you can use them once every like 21 hours, so you can get 9 ingredient packs. I've been stocking up on them. I think I've got 900 or so universal ingredient packs, something like that. 807 because I used a few. So I have a few already, so it's all right. So here we are. We're back in Nona's cave. And we've been helping out some of the people because their village was attacked by some of the White Hand. So right now what I need to do is I need to talk to them. Returning to Bryr Tor. Gleowine has determined that he can best help the survivors of Bryr Tor by sending you to help them with their problems. He's asked you to speak with each of them and learn what it is that they most want. So I'm going to be talking to each of the survivors real quick, and they'll probably give me some more sub-quests to pick up. And we'll go ahead and complete those. So we'll talk here first off to Elfgew, and we'll see what she needs.
I cannot bear to think of the horses tied up in the stables of Bryr Tor.
What is it that I want? That's an easy question to answer, because my sleep has been troubled by the same thought over and over. Did I do wrong by the horses in Bryr Tor? Elfgew frowns. Were it not for the horses at the stable in Bryr Tor, I would not be alive today. I'm certain of it. The panic caused me to learn of the attack with enough time to make it part way down the hill before the snowstorm covered everything, and with it came the giant. I cannot think to bear those horses still tied up at the stables, helpless against the orcs. What do I want? I want you to untie the horses at the stables in Bryr Tor and let them run free. That will give them the same chance I had of escaping a cruel death at the hands of the orcs. I can definitely do that. And here's Leodwig, who I think is the son of one of the Thanes. I think he's the son of one of the Thanes, so we'll go ahead and talk to him real quick.
I'm still not myself, but I will do my best to speak.
Leodwig rubs his eyes bitterly. What do I want? I want revenge upon that great lumbering giant, Nuzgum. He slew my men, almost devoured me. Whitfara. You tell him that Whitfara survived the encounter with Nuzgum and made his way back to Skiffleg, where you met him. Ah, very glad. He was a tough one. In the snow, I could not see the way to go. Nuzgum must be defeated, or... Exhausted by the effort, Leodwig leans back and can say no more. Yes, the game, they just released 46.1, which includes the first phase of UI scaling and other instance changes and such, including a retweaking of all hunter traits. So every hunter, at least that I know of, I'm not sure about other classes, but I know hunters were all given back their trait points. I just had to finish respending them. I can link the patch notes really quick here. Let me see. Let me find the patch notes. There we go. Update 46.1. I'll go ahead and link the patch notes really quick into chat. There we go. There's a link to the patch notes if you're interested in them. But like I said, some of the things that they cover, 3 new instances for the Kingdom of Harad, the first phase of scaling UI. They premium homes will once again give you back 90% of their homesteading coin costs, some tracery tokens, sealed traceries, enhanced rooms, and other packages that were in the mail system. We're giving an error that's been resolved, and also resolved an issue for some players could not withdraw account-bound items from their character or shared storage after transferring from a legacy world. These items are incorrectly marked as bound in another account, now accessible as intended. Oh, I wonder if that means I can actually... I wonder if that means... Oh, I don't... I'm going to have to go back and get my thing. I don't have my thing. It's been 2 weeks, and I forgot to update it. So I got to go back and get another... Yeah, I got to go back and get another thing, so... We'll have to work on that once I get things going here. But I actually have a item that I didn't know I wasn't sure if I could rescue it. I might have already destroyed it though, so we'll see. But that's just some of the big things. Lots of skill cast and skill traits, a lot of specializations. All DPS specializations now have an inherent minus 50% generated by damage modifier. For all tank specializations, threat generated from damage has been increased by 50%, reducing threat copy overhead from plus 100 to plus 10%. So they did some threat changes in order to balance things out. Multiple hunter classes, all saved configurations for hunters have been reset due to the changes in the hunter traits. They also made some general changes to pretty much all the classes. Combat and monster minor changes, lots of questing changes, and so forth. So, like I said, right there's the major changes, and they're all listed in the patch notes that I just linked. All right, so I need to find 2 more people real quick. Let's see here. They're probably over in the other... Yep, there they are right there. And then I need to talk to Nona real quick. So we'll talk to Elda first.
What is it I want? I want the orcs driven from Bryr Tor.
I want to return to my home. Elda sighs. That will take some doing, will it not? There's something else, though. The thing that most stirs my heart, most fills me with anger against the orcs, is the brief sight I had of that chunk of masonry took me from the battle. I saw the orcs looting the house of one of my neighbors. They had found a wooden carving of a horse. A crude thing, to be honest. Poor craft. They were waving it about. It meant nothing to them, but I knew it for what it was. It was a child's first attempt at carving. It would mean little to most, but to that boy's family it was no doubt priceless. I cannot bear the thought of such heirlooms in the hands of the orcs. When you return to Bryr Tor to satisfy the request of my fellows, please remember to recover such things from the orcs you slay. I can do that. And let's go ahead and talk to Yima.
I remember the names of the orcs that led the attack. I want them slain.
What do I want? I've already told you. I remember the names of the orcs that led the attack on my friends and family. Foshnu, Krita. I want them slain. Yima thinks for a moment. Oh, do not misunderstand me, my helpful friend. I want them slain. But I want them to know it was a woman of Bryr Tor that ended their lives. Perhaps this will suffice. Find and slay either Foshnu or Krita. Save one of them for me. When I'm well enough to fight, I will seek out the one you have spared and fulfill my vengeance against him. You'll find them somewhere within my city, and in a few days I will find the remaining one and end his life. We are agreed. So it's off to Bryr Tor. Now, Nona has a quest over her head. So we'll see what she needs.
Our friends from Bryr Tor have weathered the storm.
The west is behind them, and with my help they will be well enough to travel. I've spoken with Juan about this, and he agrees it is best if I bring them to a town in Wildermore where they can start anew. What is the name of the settlement on the eastern shore of the lake? Forlaw? That city will find a place for them if any will. Sad news this, but it be true. Nuzgum's path of destruction has caused many houses throughout Wildermore to stand empty. My recovering friends will find a fresh start in Forlaw. Juan and I spoke of other matters as well. Speak to him, and see if you share his mind. Book 11, Chapter 1.
I have decided what I must do.
Thank you for coming to listen, my friend. I put some thought into what we encountered in Wildermore. I must confess it troubles me. The folk here are on the road to recovery, as though the survivors know to rescue from Bryr Tor, but the forces of Saruman attacked this land with much greater strength than I expected they could muster. How such might could Saruman raise to strike the heart of Rohan if he spared such a creature as Nuzgum to deal with Wildermore? Imagine what evils he might unleash upon Erebus. I have decided what I must do. My king commanded me not to cross the Entwash, and I am honor bound to betray him. And yet, I cannot remain silent. I must convince the Eden King to march against Saruman before the wizard's plans bear fruit. If it costs me my honor as a man of Rohan, so be it. I will defy the word of my king if doing so will save even one innocent. I will accept whatever justice the king deems appropriate, but he must be told of what we witnessed in Wildermore. He must be warned, even if it means my own life. I have told Nona my decision, as she sees the need of it. She will go to Forlaw with the survivors of Bryr Tor, and we will meet again once this is through. Speak now with Corodan and Gleowine and see what they think of my plan. All right, let's do that. And then we will head back to Bryr Tor, and we will take care of the needs that the people requested. And there's Corodan and Gleowine right there.
Horn plans to defy the word of his king.
That cannot have been an easy decision for him to make, but I understand what has driven our friend to make it. Horn may be imprisoned, or worse, but if his tidings can break the king's revelry, it might be the only action that can save the people of Rohan from their enemies. The survivors of Bryr Tor are well enough now to travel. Nona and I will bring him to the city of Forlaw while Horn brings his message to the king, and we will rejoin him when we can. I think it would be unwise to enter the court of Theoden in the company of a Dunlending girl, even one proven so true as Nona. And it is not she alone who would raise the hackles of the Rohirrim. 2 elves might be 1 elf too many. 1 elf might escape their ire. Perhaps. And we'll see what Gleowine has to say.
The king must hear what happened in Wildermore.
Gleowine listens to your account of Horn's decision to defy the word of the king, and smiles. Horn can count on me with him. I will return to Eris in defiance of Theoden King, whom I serve without question in all things save this, for I believe it is right. I am not afraid of death. The king orders it, I will be the first to praise his justice and will surrender to his headsman without complaint. The king must hear what has happened in Wildermore, and I am certain he will listen when he hears what Horn has to say. Let's go back and let Horn know that he's got the full agreement from everybody.
One path remains a mystery to me.
I know now what the rest of us will do, but one path remains a mystery to me. What path will you walk, my friend? Will you come with me to Eris? I do not ask you to defy Theoden King, my friend, and I understand if our paths must now separate. I would not blame you. That is most like the way of wisdom. It is within my heart to make this choice myself, but I would not presume to make it for you, by head or by heart. His voice is casual, but you can tell from his eyes that worry lurks just beneath the surface. With a comforting smile, you tell him that you will accompany him to Eris for the good of Rohan's people, though it be against the command of their king. Horn's relief is tangible and sudden. My friend, you are as great a fool as I am. I am overjoyed to say it. It is for the best that Nona and Corridor meet up with us later, though it brings me sadness to part from them. 2 men and 2 elves, all returning to Eris against the command of the king, and in the company of a Dunlending girl would be too great an insult. We defy the king, but still seek to be polite. Is this madness, I ask? The 2 of us, and Gleowine, should now travel to Humbald at the Endwild Crossing and tell him we will not be turned away. So, we're going to go ahead we'll head back to Bryr Tor. We'll go ahead and take care of everything that's there. And then we will go ahead and head onward toward Eris. First thing I am going to do, however, is get buffed up. All right. To Bryr Tor. Due east. Oh, and immediately I get company. There we go. And 2 tattered shadows to start off the day. Here we go. Let me go ahead and mark my... It is Book 10, Chapter 1. There we go. That's what I thought. Due east. Let's go ahead and mount up. And let's head on over. And it looks like that one's going to stop my progress, so we'll go ahead and take care of him real quick. Here we go. There's a lot of these Grims out here. Wish there was a deed for them. That would have been nice. Oh, actually, that is a focus. That is a focus builder. And that is a focus spender, so I do have them correctly. Okay. This is weird. Okay. There we go. So I gotta collect stolen heirlooms, I need to free horses from the stables, and a couple other good things. Notice I have almost got all the heirlooms, that's good. Oh, shut up, orc. There we go, there are the heirlooms. Now I need to find either Foshnu or Kritar and just kill one of them. And I need to rescue the horses. And there we go. The new maps feel weird, but I'll get used to it. Oh, that's the other thing, too. The new AI scaling. One thing I've noticed is you've got the full screen map, but if you look here in the upper right-hand corner, at least on the add-on that I have, make sure I'm not going to get attacked real quick, but I have this little dash that's right here. I can turn it back to the way it was before and have a mini screen map if I wished with moving this around. And then the plus sign up here can take it back to full screen. So I can use it either way, and I actually kind of like that. Okay, there are the horses. Let's get rid of this guy here. And there are the horses. Now I need to find either Foshnu or Kritar. And just somewhere in town. There's Kritar right there, so we'll go ahead and take him out. One shot. One shot, one kill. That's the way a good hunter works, because you don't want to waste arrows. Return to stolen elves and talk to people back at the cave. So let's go ahead and head back to the cave. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and port back to Bryr real quick. I'll pick up the stuff that I'm missing. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and head on out. I can go ahead and pick up a horse for this. All in all, I think the first stage of the UI advancements, I think they're pretty good. All of my add-ons seem to work just fine. I'm not having any add-on issues. So that's always a good thing to start with. And I like some of the changes they've made. I made my little map here bigger. And I may end up to shrink a couple other things before I go on, but I'm pretty happy so far with the first stage of the UI stuff. And I actually do like what they did, the hunter changes too. I agree with you, Destiscardo. I'm definitely very happy with the hunter changes they made. As you can see, I even had to adjust my abilities really quick. So I'm always happy about that. A little play around, a few new things here and there. Definitely happy with that. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll truck to Elda. We'll go ahead and return the stolen heirlooms.
Thank you, my friend.
Knowing that these keepsakes and heirlooms are no longer in the hands of the orcs is the best tonic for my hurts I can imagine. When I am fully recovered, I will look for other survivors of the attacks and may return their keepsakes. It is the least I can do. And here's Yima.
You are back, and I can tell you have defeated one of the orcs responsible.
Wait, do not tell me which one you have saved for me. I look forward to discovering that on my own. Yima gives you a truly frightening smile, and you quickly excuse yourself. And here's Elfgew.
Thank you for freeing the horses. I wish them good fortune.
Now they will have as much chance to escape as myself. That's good. And here's Leodwig. Leodwig is still too exhausted to speak, which is good because you have no favorable news to report about Nuzgum. So he wants me to talk to Gleowine to let him know when I've been able to help the people.
Do you see how much their spirits have improved?
They have been inspired by your deeds and your actions, and though Bryr Tor remains in enemy hands, you've helped to restore some of the fire to their hearts. I must tell you, you are an inspiration not only to these survivors and Nona's care, but to this old man as well. Thank you for showing me that there are those out in this world still able to do some good. Perhaps I will write another song. And I think, oh, I do have another interlude I could do. I think I may have already done it though. Let me double check. So, the Ox and the Dragon. Almost up to 3,000 completed quests. Epic Volume 3 Interlude The Grey Company. Oh, sorry, I need to go back. Epic Volume 3 Interlude The Grey Company. I've only done 1, 2, and 3, so there's one more we need to do. So we'll go ahead and do that really quick, and then we'll go ahead and talk to Nona. Interlude. Halros's Watch. Your eyes are drawn to the west across the map and beyond the borders of Rohan. Comes to rest upon the rocky hills of Dunland. You wonder what has become of Halros and the Grey Company since you left them. This is a repeatable quest that you have never completed. Meanwhile, in Dunland, Halros has been awoken from his shift at the Night Watch. And this is another thing they did. As you can see, they changed the screen. I actually kind of like it.
Meanwhile, in Dunland, Halros of the Dunedain has been woken for his turn at the watch.
Looks like we're in the South Gravenwood. In Dunland. And here's Prestadir. We'll go ahead and talk to him real quick. I'm sorry to wake you, Halros, but it is time for your watch to begin. These last few hours have been quiet, and it was a struggle at times to keep my eyes open. I'll be glad of sleep. There's a good place to watch among the trees just to the west. I'll show you. This way. See, I've got double quick stab, stealth, and love of the Shire. Let me go ahead and move that out of the way real quick. Second hour of your watch, your thoughts meander. Pull myself back out so I can look at things. Sure, they're great coming. In the third hour of your watch, you hope the Shire is safe. In the fourth hour of your watch, what is that? Movement? Where's the movement? Investigate your uneasy feeling. What is an Hulaglu scout doing here? That was a Falcon Clan scout. The camp is about to be attacked. I need to wake up my brethren as fast as possible. Alright, looks like I got people awake. Looks like the camp's about to be attacked. Halt the halberad and prepare for the Falcon Clan assault. I thought this would happen one of these nights. We might not have much time before the Falcon Clan strikes. You three, slip down the hill to the side, see if you can approach our attackers from behind. Halbros, Frustadir, come with me, and we will see if they can listen to reason. Okay, so wants me to with, Yep. Show yourselves, Falcon. Even a sleeping Dunedain cannot be surprised by the likes of you. Well, there they are. Looks like they have a named one with them. So it would seem. When you were imprisoned in the caves, my father showed you mercy. I will not make the same mistake. War. Well, you might just be returning. Yep. So you want to die anyway. Okay. Farewell, Mayor. Your father will join you soon. There's no honor to be had by attacking a sleeping foe, Halvaros. We should have expected nothing else from the Falcon clan. Mayor learned that tonight, to her sorrow. We've not repaid Lew Brennan and the Falcon clan for our losses, not by a wide throw. We've shown them our claws. We're all fortunate to have such alert senses, Halvaros. I'm glad you're journeying south with us for this reason and many others. Look, dawn breaks. Your vigil for the night is ended. Let us break our fast and see to the coming of the day. Well, that's good. I'm glad that they're still progressing forward, even though they're still having problems with the Hunter clan. Or the Falcon clan, excuse me. here. Good. Okay, there we go. Always a long load time between the different mini instances like that and such. Still waiting for it to load. Hopefully it's not going to kick me out. There we go. So that's the 4th interlude completed. I don't believe there's a 5th yet. No. Okay. So I need to talk to Nona real quick to finish up Book 10, Chapter 11.
Horn and I spoke about many things while you were away.
I have come to a decision.
Why did Nuzgum come first to Bryr Tor? I want to find out.
He seems to spend a great deal of time around that city. So many of this land's problems stem from him. Until he is defeated, none of the people here will be safe. Horn has proposed that we return to Bryr Tor and look for some means of defeating Nuzgum. What is it about that city that drew the giant there so early? I cannot leave the people here for long, but for a few hours they will be fine in Gleowain's care. What do you think? Speak with Horn and Corridon about this last adventure, and tell me when you are ready to depart. I'm sure Horn's going to be very happy about this.
It will be nice to adventure with Nona. But this is really about defeating Nuzgum. What?
I'm excited to learn why Nuzgum came first to Bryr Tor. Perhaps we will find some clue to defeating the giant within the city. Horn looks slightly embarrassed. What? Yes, it will be nice to adventure again with Nona, but this is really about defeating Nuzgum. Why do you give me such a look as that? I'm only thinking of Wildermore. Of course you are, Horn. Of course you are. Good old Horn. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to Corridon and see what he has to say.
Keep your wits about you. I fear Horn may not.
You agree with this plan? I do not know how I feel about it. There may be some insight to be gained by concerning the giant, for he certainly seems to be drawn to Bryr Tor. But I worry that Horn is letting his feelings for Nona cloud his judgment. If you are willing to embark upon this journey, so am I. But keep your wits about you. I fear Horn may not. Alright, let's go ahead and travel to Bryr Tor and see what we can find out about that giant Nuzgum.
Are you ready to depart? I do not wish to be gone for very long.
But we shall search the city to learn of Nuzgum's interest in it. This business may not be completed in a fellowship.
While I remain behind, my friends journey to Bryr Tor to see what they can learn of Nuzgum. Perhaps I worry unnecessarily, but what will I do if they are unable to return?
Alright. Bryr Tor looks as much as it did when we were last here. We've been fortunate to run into fewer orcs than before, but remain alert, for they still hold the city. I have seen nothing yet that may reveal Nuzgum's interest in Bryr Tor. This way, my friends. Look for any sign of what drew Nuzgum to this city first. There are more orcs ahead, and they make no effort to mask their presence. Enchantra, I will go with Nona to search the other side of town. I think I will go with Nona, and you will go with Enchantra, Horn. We need you to stay focused. That's good. Okay, Horn, come on. I suppose that leaves the two of us. Yes, it does, Horn. Is it getting colder? The wind is picking up. Do you feel it? Horn looks about with concern. I think we have found what we sought. Stay by me and get ready to run if we must. Oh crap, there he is. Aldstan, I have come for you. Aldstan? The giant seeks a man. For what purpose? Alston, you cannot hide from me. By the house of Eorl. This way, quickly and quietly. It is one thing to hear of Nuzgum's great size and strength, but it is entirely different to see it for yourself. How could we hope to fight such a creature? What will be it to Alston if Nuzgum finds him? Look! Alston, I will destroy your city. We cannot keep like this for long. Nuzgum may not be looking for us, but if he happens to find the two of us while searching for Alston, he will not show mercy. That much I know for certain. And what if he happens upon Nona and Corridon? We cannot stay here. We have to find them and leave the city. Yeah, it is. Well, let's go. Come on. Yes, lead the way. There's Corridon. Corridon, where is Nona? Nona and I were driven apart by attacking orcs, and I have not seen her since. She must still be in the city. We will need to find her again. That great shaking can only be Nuzgum. We must not let him see us. We do not dispose of these orcs quickly. He is sure to fight us. Alright, well, what are we waiting for? Uh-oh. I can't attack it. He's green. So this is obviously... Ooh, so he's the one that wrecks those. We have to do something. We cannot do anything from here. Perhaps we could get to the other side of the courtyard. Horn's eyes were alight with the desperation of fear. We might be able to run behind Nuzgum while his back is turned. From the far side of the courtyard, we can get his attention and draw him away from Nona. Follow me, friends. Hurry. Does our luck hold? We made it. Now we need to come up with some way to attract Nuzgum's attention before he sees Nona. Oh no! He's seen something. Okay. Oh. Alright, I'll follow you. But why are we going this way? Unless we're going to go around this hill. Is there nothing we can do? I have to go back. This is not right. I do not know what to do. We cannot leave her. I refuse to leave Bryr Tor without Nona. The two of you may leave if you must, but I am going back for her. Even if it means my life. Yeah, I know. Let's go. Lead on. Oh, there he is. Have we been... It will take more than a creature to best Nona of the Ukluth. But I am sorry I worried you. It was not difficult to escape the giant. He is big and I am small. He is slow and I am fast. He is an unnatural thing given to Eva, and I am the sister of Wadu, the daughter of Suvulch. He is alone, and I have friends who care for me. This Nuzgum was unmatched before he even came to Bryr Tor today. I was never frightened of him. Still, I am glad we are safe. We should leave this place before he realizes we have gone, and I thank you for watching out for Horn today and for the last several days. It eased the worry of my heart to know that you are by his side. What a relief it is to see Nona safe again. Nuzgum will answer to me for threatening her. Another day, perhaps. Now we should return to Nona's cave and puzzle over the meaning of Nuzgum and why he's here. And I don't believe there's any other quests or people to talk to because I don't have a follower for chapter 10. I'm just double checking the cave real quick. Ah, Corridon. Book 10, Chapter 12, Nuzgum.
That was an eye-opening experience for certain.
I've heard tales of Nuzgum, as we have all, but there's nothing to compare seeing him at such a close distance. We cannot hope to defeat him by ourselves. Corridon looks thoughtful for a moment, considering the alternatives. I believe I have an answer. We need the very earth to turn against him. We need the strength of the Ents. And then I get his shade. Definitely not an increase there. It's medium armor. No. 140 agility, though. But I'd lose 57 vitality. Ooh. I gain 183 morale, but I would still lose a bunch of other stuff that's just too important to me. So I'm just going to take the most expensive one. 27, 24, 22. We'll just take the most expensive one. And I get a level 86 incomparable tracery. That's good to know.
We need the earth itself to turn against Nuzgum.
You saw the great strength of Ruhr from the eaves of Fangorn. How unfortunate that Balderbark is so far away, or we might call upon him for help. No, we must search for aid closer at hand. The Balewood is not far from here, and perhaps an Ent or three might be found within. You and I should go there and seek for the oldest Ent we can find. Only he will have the authority to command such an attack as we will need if Nuzgum is to be defeated. You asked Corridon if such an Ent would trouble himself to help, considering how coldly you were received by Balderbark, and the elf seems puzzled. Why, of course he would. Surely a giant such as Nuzgum must pose some threat to the Ents as well, mustn't he? I will mark a number of glades on the map, and we can search them until we find one with an old enough Ent for our purposes. Find the glade of the oldest Ent in Balewood. Alright, let's see if I can... where we need to go. Oh, due west of me. So, there is a millstone there, though. And that is Cordrick's Camp. Do I have Cordrick's Camp as a millstone? Faldheim, Forlaw, Walstrow, Cliving. Turn to camp in the Rush Gore. No, looks like the closest one I have is going to be far away, so we're going to do this one. We'll continue onward, so let's head into the Balewood. All right. Okay, now we're in the Balewood. We need to head... How far west do we need to go? About 700 meters? That's not too bad. Like it's mostly clear, so that's a good sign. There's an icy Fangorn horn. Him out. Ah, there's a wood troll. Haven't seen those for a long time. And wood troll slayer of Wildermore, and it is a 8160 deed. I still have 27 minutes of slayer deed acceleration, so I doubt I'm going to find that many trolls though. So. Company. And 2 more tattered shadows. Yeah, I'll probably end up to come back here off camera or one day when I just feel like slaying mobs and not caring about things. That's weird. These we saw from Nuzgum. He's been through here already. New deed, the path of Nuzgum. Nuzgum's wrath. Must be a location-based deed, yep. Discover the northern ice spires, southern ice spires, western ice spires at Dunfast, and Nuzgum's wrath. It looks like we're taking a quick break, so I'm going to go ahead and hold up here for about 30 seconds. Move a few things out of there that I definitely want to save. That's an auto sell. That's a save. That's a save. That's a save. Item level 125, 95 will, 72 vitality, 57 fate worthless. Same exact thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue onward. We're almost there. We should be less than 500 meters. Yep. Twisted Bale Pine. Okay, we're in the zone. Discover Leaflock's Mead. A tall and craggy figure stands in this glade. You almost passed it by. And here's Quarterdon.
Look, what a wonder. See if you can get his attention.
If I'm not very much mistaken, this ent is even older than Woodruff. You politely greet the ent, and nothing happens for a long time. Eventually, a baleful eye slowly turns to hook at you. You introduce yourself as Shentrantra and ask for his name. More long minutes passed. Leaflock, breathe the leaves in the canopy. You ask if he knows of Nuzgum the giant, and the baleful eye ponderously swings closed. This may take longer than you expected. Leaflock has gone back to sleep.
It may take some work to wake him to our need.
We have found an incredibly old ant. That is good. Cordon smiles grimly, ready for a challenge. But it may take some work to wake him toward our need. And that is bad.
Engage the orcs in combat, and the din may waken our sleeping friend.
I beheld many orcs cutting their way through the balewood while we searched for this place. If you engage them in combat, perhaps the din will be sufficient to awaken our sleeping friend. And if not, well, there'll be fewer orcs in the balewood. Is that not a worthy result? Nice. Well, there's a level 50 tracery incompatible. Still, some level 86 runes too. And be noisy about it. Okay. New deed, blooming in the snow. If I can find these wild plants, pick up 5 LOTRO points, some Wildermore coins, a title, some virtue experience, and reputation with the people of Wildermore. Go ahead and get this Scarn really quick. I need to find orcs, so let's go ahead and do a search for orcs. See how many orcs are nearby. Wood trolls, an icebound reaver, Isengard woodcutters. There we go. That's what I want. Isengard woodcutters. Very distant. And they are this way. I'll leave that Fangorn alone. I want the orcs right now. Oh, and another one. And down he goes. I'm not getting any tattered shadows? Or maybe I'm not getting any tattered shadows because I'm not earning experience. That's weird. Well, let's see what happens on the next fight that we do. And that is another Isengard woodcutter over this way. Oh, no, that is him. Okay. Taking the contents of the corpse of the Isengard woodcutter? When did they turn on corpse looting? Or is that just something special? Okay, it must have just been something special for the Isengard woodcutter. Alright, let's see where there's more orcs. Close one distance. Up this way. Okay. Might be a camp of them nearby, too. Yeah, it's weird that I have to loot the orcs, but nobody else. I'll kill one more since I'm out here, and I do have a deed for him anyway. And there we go. That is the Advanced Orc Slayer deed of Wildermore. I knew I was close, so. And I got a new deed, which is probably General Slayer of Wildermore. Yep. Slay many mounted enemies, orcs, snowcats, uruks, wolves, and wood trolls. And I picked up 5 more LOTRO points. Alright, so let's head back to Leafbark and see if he's awoken, or at least a little more cognizant. It would be nice. Yeah, it's just the orcs for some reason. And I'm not sure why. Leaflock stirs slightly, but remains otherwise asleep. So he wants me to delete even more orcs. Yeah, orky. Yeah, orky. There we go. Hopefully my orc summoning song will work. No, it's going to lead me to a dead end. That's good to know. The next time I need to find a dead end, I'll go ahead and try to summon orcs. Maybe that'll help. I am well within the zone. There we go. That had a bunch of stuff on it. There we go. You've almost caught up to me. I've been sick the last week and a half and couldn't sit up for long. My stomach at first, but now my left inner ear. I just want to play the game. I'm so sorry, Desdescardo. I do hope you feel better soon. I do hope you feel better soon, my friend. Another orky. Orky. There we go. Now I've noisily defeated 5 orcs in the Balewood. So now we'll come back and see if he's awoken any. There must be a reason why I have to manually loot orcs in the Wilderwood here in the Balewood, so we'll have to find out what that is and why. Ah, he looks like he's awake. No, I'm still seeing Z's. He's standing up a little straighter, though, I thought. A sighing sound escapes from somewhere within the cracks of Leaflock's weathered face, but you see no other signs of wakefulness.
This is proving more difficult than I expected.
Quarteron thinks for a moment. Perhaps the danger and the noise is too far away to draw Leaflock's attention. Go to Nuzgum's raft and take some uruks of the White Hand and bring some of their equipment to Leaflock and see if that will stir him to wakefulness. So, any of the orcs in this direction. Alright, I'm close, so I should start to see some orcs up here very shortly. We'll go ahead and pick up this Skarn while I'm here. No, I need to go back down this way, the southern part of the Wrath area. There's a White Hand helmet. And there's the White Hand blade. Okay, so let's head back, and now we'll show him the equipment that I picked up. And that might hopefully help to stir him. You hold up the blade and the helmet bearing the mark of the White Hand. For long moments it seems that nothing will happen, until finally Leaflock's eye swivels open and fixes upon the orc's weapons. Why do you wake, Leaflock? Leaflock. A deep rumbling within the Ent goes on for some time, and you wonder if he is sleepily giving you his name in his own language.
You use small names for big things, little one.
You explain to Leaflock that Wildermore is held in the grip of an unnatural winter, and it is at the mercy of a giant called Nuzgum. The sighing of the wind through the branches is Leaflock's only response for many minutes. Then, a rumbling sound slowly separates from the sound of the sleeping forest, and you realize that he speaks again. You use small names for big things, little one. Somewhere, snow falls from an upper branch and lands with a soft sound onto the drift. Wildermore. Is not a name I know.
But never for
You try to appeal to Leaflock's sense of duty and speak of the hardships endured by the people of Wildermore at the hands of the orcs and beneath the Nuzgum's trampling feet. The lives of orcs are short. They may hack and claw and burn for a time, but never for long. It is true of men also. Leaflock is silent as you gather your thoughts and try to devise another approach. But before you can come up with something, the Ent unexpectedly speaks. I do not know what beast is described by this name, Nuzgum. What do you mean by this name? Upper branches creak and groan as a slight breeze picks up, and the forest all around seems to be listening.
you said he was a giant. That is not just a giant.
You describe Nuzgum to the Ent as best as you are able, trying to remember his form and features as you saw them amid the flying snow at Bryr Tor. Leaflock shakes and quivers before becoming more animated than you have seen him. You said he was a giant. That is not just a giant. A mighty and branch-like arm angrily spears a nearby drift, sending an explosion of snow skyward. It may have been a giant once. Now it is more than that. You describe an unnatural combination. It was a giant. It was also a horn, twisted, corrupted. Leaflock shakes angrily. Leaflock will not allow this. Leaflock will deal with this.
An Ent can be truly frightening when he is roused.
I do not know what Leaflock will do about Nuzgum, but this is better than I had hoped we could achieve. I will meet you back at Nona's cave. I want to speak to Leaflock for a short while, if I may. Okay. I'm just curious. What does he want to speak with him
I will
about?
meet you back at
Nope.
Nona's cave.
Okay. Let's go ahead and head back to the cave. We're just going to go ahead and ride back at this point. Yep, I know. I'm going to pick up a few companies along the way, and we'll take care of them later, or they'll run off. Or I guess I'll do that. And the horn saw me take care of that troll so fast, he said, nope, I'm just going to plant some roots and say, screw you, I'm done. Now, I didn't have a chance to pull out my equalizer. My great honking fellow. Okay, there's two more tattered shadows there. Okay. I'm not going to be able to go that way, though. So I guess we're going to have to go this way. I picked up a bunch of stuff. That's 57.3. 95 will, 75 out. At least, ooh. Problem is, though, it's actually a huge DPS increase with finesse rating. You know what? We're going to do it. We'll use it for a little while. We'll keep this sword, though, in reserve just in case. .433 armor, agility, vitality, and fate. Let's see how big my... Yeah, we can go for it. Can't use that. That's to use. 90 vitality, 76 agility, and block rating, which is absolutely useless, so no, I'm not going to equip it. A new pocket item, nope. Cloak, item level 125, 590 armor, 95 agility, 72 vitality. Yep, that's definitely an increase, so we'll equip that. Agility, vitality, phys mastery. Yeah, we'll go ahead and have it replace the exquisite red agate bracelet of skill. Three tailors. Let's see if I need. Nope. 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 Yeah, I really do need to get to a vendor really quick here and start selling some of this stuff off. I'm starting to run out of room. Another dead end. Is this a pass I can go through? No, it's another dead end. Yay, dead ends. Dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end. Did I just go around in a big frick? No, I'm going around the outside. Okay. I thought I was going around in a big circle. I was like, no. Yeah, you want to bother me? There you go. I'll end you. Yeah, I should get buffed up at this point. Lesser steadfast rules of evasion. 90 vitality, 76 agility, and evade rating. And it's 50 points of extra armor. I don't think evade does anything for me. You know, a little bit. I'd be giving up some crit rating and Phys Mastery. I'd rather not do that right now. I can make some sacrifices on crit rating and Phys Mastery, but I don't make too many. Hold on 1 second, please. Okay, that is my partner who needs me, but I am not in a safe place to actually camp. Actually, I might be. I got +1 stealth level. I got some camouflage, so we'll go ahead and do that. And if I die, well, we'll just deal with it. I will be right back. Oh, and started the deed sneaky sneaky. I'll be right back. And I am back. It looks like I'm still alive. So I picked up 2 new deeds. A remote quest, which is defeat hungry snowstalkers. Hungry and therefore violent snowcats can be found in the western hills. You should fend off the hungry beasts who would like anything better than to eat you up. Okay. And then a new deed. I need to use camouflage 750 times. Wow. Okay. Thanks. I hate it. Alright, so let's go ahead and we need to head back to the cave to speak to Nona. There we go. Here we go. Oh, they have to be hungry snowstalkers, not just snowstalkers. Well, that's fun. Discovered the Lonely Height. And there's the cave.
I do not know if Leaflock will help us, despite his anger.
It is good to see you again. I spoke with Leaflock for a time after you left, and it is difficult to say if he will help us. He remained angry, but some of his initial fury had subsided. He cares little for the plight of men or elves, but of trees and horns he cares a great deal. If Nuzgum was simply a giant, Leaflock would not trouble himself at all to help us. If Nuzgum is as he appears to be, an unnatural fusion of a giant and a horn, then there's at least a chance that Leaflock will involve himself. I do not know how great a chance that may be, but we have done what we could.
We have planted the seed of Nuzgum's defeat. Now, we need to let it bloom.
What did we miss while we were searching for Leaflock? Are our friends and the survivors of Bryr Tor doing all right? Oh, shit. Oh, it's a Khazad-dûm tracery. That's only for level 50. That's the kind that gets you some of the legendary ones, the really powerful ones. But it had to be a Khazad-dûm. So we'll talk to Gleowine, then we'll go ahead and do the new instance that just opened up on this map.
Did you find what you wanted in Balewood?
You tell Gleowine about Leaflock, and he smiles happily. That is great news. If such creatures are as strong as Gordon believes them to be, we may have the best ally against Nuzgum we could hope to have. None survivors are improving as well. Leodwig is much stronger now than he was, and everyone's spirits are improving. It will not be long before Leodwig can get up and about. Horn has spent a great deal of time speaking with Nona. I've been trying to give them their privacy, but I can tell they have not yet worked through their feelings. Ah, the complexities of use. I remember them. Dimly. Alright, I really need to go and get rid of some of this stuff. I am seriously, rapidly running out of room. $256 and no, I don't want it. Okay. All right. That'll buy me a little bit of time here. Oh, interlude 5 and 6. Kaliangrad's Appeal. Your eyes draw west across the map beyond the borders of Rohan and comes to rest upon the rocky hills of Dunland. Your order has become a Kaliangrad in the Grey Company since you left them. Meanwhile, in Enedwaith, Kaliangrad has braved the forest of the Mornshaws in search of a mysterious figure. I remember that scene. That was from the Wild Hunt.
Meanwhile, Calanglad of the Dunedain seeks for answers in the forest of the Mornshaws.
Kaliangrad, we've been journeying for hours, fighting the corrupted denizens of the forest, so we are no closer to learning anything. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. I know Derivon spoke of seeing a great spirit in these woods, but we have seen no sign of such a lord. Whatever beast or magic shakes the stones of Talmuthadorus, we will learn nothing of it in these woods. More beasts, attack. Lumbering Bear of Corruption? Ooh, that one hurt. How many corrupted beasts must be slain before we can leave? You say you have a sense of feeling about this place, Kaliangrad, but I cannot sense anything. You say you feel a mysterious presence? I feel the chill shadows of the trees and the smell of old growth, but nothing else. Are you sure this is the place of which Darvin spoke? There's nothing here but trees, corrupted beasts, and we two. I say we leave the trees to the miserable bears and be done with it. A majestic stag emerges from the woods behind Helchion. What? Oh my. Yeah, I've approached the stag. Oh, I bet he... Yeah, that's what I thought. He's leading us in. Don't believe it. This is the area of the Great Hunt that we were in before. The Hall of the Huntsman. You are expected, mortal. Tell the huntsman what brings you hither. Approach, mortal. You speak slowly and haltingly at first, but gradually with greater confidence and urgency. You tell the mighty figure of the huntsman of your concern that the Falcon clan has wrought some great evil in the caves of Talmuthadorus, and that the shaking in the earth may spell the doom of your friends. The huntsman is silent for a long while before speaking. An age is ending. I told one before you I could not see the nature of its end. Still, I cannot, but my eyes do see that which you feared, Dunedain. A great creature stirs in its deep. It was imprisoned once before, but found freedom and has been imprisoned again. The friends of the wizard caused it pain and used it as a weapon. Free it, little one, and your cause may be aided. Or it may not. Well, that's nice. I do not know what to say, Kaliograd. I've never seen such wonders. I do not want to leave, but I know we must. We do not belong in this place with so much beauty around us. Did you learn anything of use from the huntsman? He seems unreal to me, as if he's only part way in this world of ours. I never would have believed any of this, to hear you tell of it, but I have seen it with my own eyes. You must forgive my doubts. Yes, this journey has not reassured me, Kaliograd. Now I am more worried than ever. If such a mighty figure as the huntsman can really exist, who knows what terror the Falcon clan may have unleashed in the caves beneath Talmatras? It's not good. And there is one more interlude that I can do real quick. Interlude Chapter 6. I wonder if it's going to continue on with the adventures of Kaliograd and such, and we'll find out what's going on at Talmatras. That would be nice. That is if we can get back into game, of course. There we go. Interlude number 6. The Pit of the Falcon. Your eye is drawn west across the map beyond the borders of Rohan and comes to rest upon the rocky hills of Dunland. You wonder what has come of Gul'Adir and the Grey Company since you left them. Meanwhile, in Dunland, Gul'Adir has unfinished business to attend with Lew Brennan, the master of the Falcon clan. Oh good, I want to get some revenge against that son of a bitch.
Meanwhile, in Talmathedras, the thirst for vengeance drives Gul'Adir of the Dunedain to seek out Lew Brennan, the treacherous leader of the Falcon clan.
Return to the entrance of the prison caves. You can wait no longer. Lew Brennan must pay for his betrayal of the Grey Company. Coronir is waiting by the entrance to the prison caves. I thought you might come here sooner or later, Gul'Adir. I know what you want to do, and I am here to keep you from doing something rash. Coronir shrugs his shoulders and looks up at you with a stern expression on his face. Lew Brennan has so many at his command, it would be foolish for you to return to the caves and search for him. We should do as Halbrand wishes and leave the leader of the Falcon clan be. He has wronged us, but we cannot do anything about that now. You will not change my mind, Gul'Adir. I will not let you do this by yourself. See, I've got a melee skill, and a Leornell's Pendant. For 1 minute, I do 1.5 times melee damage. Okay. I know you are angry, my friend, but returning to the prison caves by yourself is simply throwing away your life. I am angry too, Gul'Adir. Lew Brennan cost us much, and I have not forgotten his treachery. Many good men lost their lives when he sided with the wizard, friends of us both, and if the leader of the Falcon clan had his way, none of us would have survived. Coronir sighs. All right, but I am coming with you. Someone is just ahead. A woman from the sound, and she may be in trouble. She is the first living creature we've seen all these caves today. We should be cautious. She may not be a friend. Who is there? You have to believe me, Ranger. I spoke against Lew Brennan's decision, and many good folk did the same. Your people were betrayed by Lew Brennan, but so were many of my own. He believed the wizard's lies, and thought to raise the Falcon to the heights undreamed of. But in doing so, he gave the Falcon a death blow. The symbol of my clan is now little better than that of the orcs. Milona spits. But there is no time. Lew Brennan has taken those loyal to him and crossed over the mountains. If you are seeking avenge upon him, you are too late. He will be in the hands of the Horse Lords by now. Lew Brennan is not here. I told you, Lew Brennan did not speak for all of us. Before he left the lands of the Horse Lords, he cast those disloyal to him into the depths. It is a big drop, Goladier. Are you certain about this? Drop into the pit at the bottom of the prison caves. Here we go! Splot. A terrible smell of rot fills the pit. Look, this girl is still alive. Ah, are you here to help us? I hurt my leg in the fall. The girl winces with pain, and you are stricken suddenly by the memory of Lorniel lying before the gates of Khazad Dûm. My name, Wenda. We have to... Wenda falls silent, exhausted by the effort, but her darting eyes flicker to the tunnel leaving the chamber, and you can see the fear in them. This is where Lew Brennan throws captives. One of them, his beast. I think we'll be getting it. Got it. We did it. Age has not slowed you down at all, Goladier. I'm lucky you were here to take the brunt of the creature's attacks. Do not laugh at me for this, friend, but I feel some remorse for slaying such a mighty creature. I know it sought to devour us, but I cannot help to think it was a captive here as well. Lew Brennan kept it in this pit, and he made use of its appetite. Mayhaps we did it a courtesy by freeing it of its confines? If you will comfort Wenda and ease her fright, I will call up to Meliona. She will find us a rope, and we can climb out of this pit. You try to ease Wenda's fears with comforting words, but it has been a long time since such words came easy to you, and your face redens with each stumbling syllable. You are kind, Ranger. Thank you. Wenda tests her leg and winces gingerly. My arms are fine, but I will need some help with the rope. While Coroner and Malone arrange for getting everyone out of the pit, you listen as Wenda haltingly tells you how she learned the craft of tree climbing when she was young. My father will be shamed in his world of spirits if I fall from the rope, and I will blame you, Ranger. You swear that she will not fall, that her father will be proud of her ascent. But if she does fall, she should make sure to fall on Coroner, who's relatively plump for a ranger. She laughs at that, and you laugh with her. For the first time in a long time, your vengeance is forgotten. That's the 6th interlude of what's been going on with the Grey Company while we've been in Wildermore. There we go. Should be getting back into game. There we go. Unclaimed rewards on the reward track. Okay. The more ancient script, which I can go ahead and use immediately. And that is a level 86 rare tracery. I want to save that. And that's all the interludes so far. So let's go ahead and talk to Horn. Book 10, Chapter 15. The Bloom.
Since Leodwig has improved, I thought we might all take our meal together.
Gordon has already told me about Leaflock, and I thought he was going to hurt himself smiling so widely. As for me, I'm doing fine as well. Nona and I have been catching up while you were gone. I told her about our adventures in the Sucrops and Fangorn, and about our unfortunate audience with Theoden King. She told me about her attempts to provide for those in her care, by raiding abandoned villages and stealing supplies wherever she could find them. It sounds very difficult. I wish I had been with her. We could have helped her, and, well, you understand, of course. Since Leodwig has improved, I thought we may all take our meal together in this chamber. Let me know when you are ready to eat.
Ready to eat?
Let's eat.
Corodan says they have planted the seed of Nuzgum's defeat, and we need only wait for it to bloom. Is he right? Can we trust this Ent?
We walked slowly, and it waited for it, unsure of us. Horn crept before us, sword at the ready. And suddenly, a shrew burst forth from the bush, toppling Horn onto his face. Yes, it is a very funny story. Master Clearwine, surely you have something else we can speak about. I do have some words concerning Bryr Tor. Would that be too painful for our friends? I would love to hear it. I, too, want to hear of my city. That is your answer, Bard? Well, I suppose it is.
A city on a hill she was, strong Bryr Tor, fair Bryr Tor. From far across the plains her banners we espied. And she was a comfort in time of pain, time of want. But the winter came, and with it an iron tide. And it was our day to comfort, our time to protect. From each corner of the land all would ride to that city on the hill, strong Bryr Tor, fair Bryr Tor.
You suddenly hear a low rumbling from outside the cave. What is that sound? What do you think makes that sound? Is it Nuzgum? Has he found this cave at last? We must see what has happened outside. I think Leafbark roused the Ents. They march. They march to fight Nuzgum. Leaflock has done what we had hoped he would. He has sent Horns to seek Nuzgum. Will they prevail against them? I cannot say, but I know this. My heart is stirred by their march. They seem so different from you or I, and from Horn or Nona, so far removed from the daily worries of men or elves. But still, they march for us against the evil of Nuzgum, against the evil of Saruman. Even now, Leaflock and his herd have not retreated so far from Middle-earth as to abandon its people. It is worth remembering. It seems that our friends have remembered something as well. I told you what happened, did I not? I am certain I did. We should go back inside and bring what people we can out here to see this sight. Who can say when such a marvel will be seen again?
Go forth, young ones. Your foe was once like you, Broom, but no longer. Cannot the strongest tree grow from the smallest bloom? Though you be defeated, you will leave your mark upon your foe, and he will remember you.
Oh, that is indeed a good sight to see. Need to move that. There we go. Let's move that down there. And looks like I need to go to options and UI settings and go down to Q where the quest tracker is. There we go. Let's go back and talk to Nona. Well, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. Everything is kind of warped in my UI. So
I have never seen anything like it. Things
The
are more
sight-
clear to me now.
the sight of those trees marching away to fight the Nuzgum. So much will fall down upon his face in wonder, and wonder would never believe me if I told him it. But looking at those marching trees, allies of ours in this, yet so different from us, I realize what a strange world this is, and how small our place is in it. Corridon spoke of Leafblock the treeman. He knows not of Warharim or Dulending. To him we are nothing, and yet he sends his children, if that may be, to fight our enemy. Such wonders, both marvelous and terrible, all at once. I do not want to face this strange world alone. I will no longer run from the differences between my people and Horn's people. He and I will be one. When those in my care are restored to health, I will go where he goes. Let all who oppose us beware, for together we are strongest. Thank you for keeping him while I was away safe, my friend. Soon we will adventure again. Those will soon be defeated, and we will leave this place. Until then, we should rest and recover our strength. We will speak again when that happens. And okay. And that is the end of the questing line that I have here. Because I have no further quests except for one instance left on Gleowine's map. I don't believe there's anything over here. So I have one more instance left on Gleowine's map, Interlude 7, Strength of Will. And we will go ahead and do that now, I do believe. Your eye is drawn west across the map beyond the borders of Rohan and comes to rest upon the cruel circle of Isengard. You wonder what has become of Lothrandir within the prisons of Saruman. Meanwhile, in Isengard, Lothrandir endures his captivity, drawing upon the strength of his bloodline to retain his identity. I'm also hoping this will kind of reset my UI a little bit too.
Meanwhile, in the dungeons below Isengard, Lothrandir of the Dunedain resists the torments of his captors.
And I have a fist ability, another fist ability, and a heal. Okay.
You're mine again today, little ranger. And this time you will do what I say, won't you? You remember what happened the last time you refused to do your chores, don't you? I spent some time in the dungeons learning the meaning of pain, you did. So, this time will be different. Scoop some slop from that bucket and serve it to the boys.
Barco wants you to scoop out some slop, but you have a better idea.
Ha! Did you not hear me, maggot? Use this one or it'll go badly for you. You spill this one, I'll have your head. Ah, now you die, worm. To me, boys, whoever lands the killing blow gets a helping of ranger for supper.
Are all the orcs so worthless? He is unarmed. You outnumber him by a dozen, and he still humiliates you. He is mine, Bark. You are not to touch him.
Why should I listen to you, outsider?
Why should you listen to Gunadin? Because there are none deadlier than she. This ranger will die only at the hands of Gunain. Is that understood? Now, I don't know if any of you remember, but when we were adventuring back in Foreshell, Gunain was a Dunedain that had lost her way and was given that title, outsider or exile. Now she ended up here. Very interesting. The wizard wants to see you, Ranger. This could be your last day of life, and my last day without a name. What a fortunate day this is, if that be so. Your freedom from this life would be my release from shame. Both of us would rejoice, would we not? Oh, you bastard.
You do not truly know the difficulties we face.
We are here. Will the wizard share his mind with his poor servant and his unworthy captive?
Lothrandir. The Prince of Rohan is dead. The king is weak and cannot save his people. Why do you still resist? Your friend escaped, but there is no escape for you. Even now, my forces move upon Rohan from the west and from the north. There's no hope for you unless you swear loyalty to me. For my captive, there is only death, but for my friend, you cannot live. What say you, Lothrandir of the Dunedain? So be it. You will see things my way in time. Okay. That was weird. I ended up in that cave there, and then it faded out. So that was actually supposed to be me in the cave. But like I said, I'm hoping it fixed my UI, too. Oh, here we go. And it did fix the UI. Very good, very good, very good. So I completed Volume 3 Interludes Part 2, which is a deed completed. Woodland Rangers Outfit gift box. Nice. And I got a bunch of stuff. I really need to find a... But I think I'm finished here in this cave, which means I think I finished everything in Wildermore at this point. Looks like I have. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and port home so I can start doing some stuff. Because I am finished here. We'll travel to my kinship house.
And I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I am going to go ahead and call an end to my stream for today. We've finished up as much in Wildermore as we can, at least as far as the main story quest goes. As you can see by my little reminder here, I've got some tasks that I need to complete, including some Eastmanet Taylor stuff, and I need to go ahead and work on my crafting a bit and get my alts to get me some good gear, because I'm definitely low on food and such. Plus, I need to go ahead and sell a bunch of stuff too. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that off stream. And I would like to thank everyone today for joining me. It was good to be back. I missed streaming, but I'm glad to be here again. Yeah, that's about all I got to say. I'm just glad to be back. Yes, thank you very much, Destiscardo. Let's see who else is streaming Lord of the Rings online right now. And maybe I can go ahead and let you guys continue on your adventures. I got a couple people streaming Lord of the Rings online, a couple of which I'm following. That's good to know. We'll go ahead and pop into Laborian. Oh, actually, he's been on for 10 hours, for his charity stream. I don't know how much longer he'll be. We've got somebody new who has one viewer and has been online for less than an hour. So we'll go ahead and raid him. His name is Gapio. I've not followed him, so I'm not familiar with the stream. But he's doing some Wednesday night LOTRO. He is working on his Runekeeper on one of the legendary servers. So we'll go ahead and join him. So again, I would like to thank everyone for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful time. Enjoy Giprio's stream. Take care, my friends. Be safe. And I will see you all very, very soon.
Let me see.